What's up, my people? Trust you're doing very good out there. Welcome to Yaletech audio. So today, this is one of the common questions you guys have been asking for a while, which I feel let me spend my time today to show you guys, both for the case study of Active Balancer and BMS. And I'm lucky you today I have a very advanced BMS here, unlike those small. Let me show you the regular one. This is the regular one which we use for lithium-ion. This one is 100 amps. It has 8 zinc. Very good. You understand? This one too, we have the grid for that of lithium-ion and at the same time LiFePO. But this particular one is LiFePO BMS. You understand? And if you look at the rating, it is 200 amps. I believe you can see that clearly. It is 200 amps capacity. So it's a very professional grid. So whether your own is lithium or LiFePO, forget. That's not a problem. You understand? You just know that the only difference there is just increase in number of wire. It's still the same principle. So everything I explain here, whether you're using LiFePO BMS or lithium-ion, it is applicable to all of them. So as you can see, it is a professional robust grid. The product is JBD. As you can see, it is 4S. It's 4S. As you know on LiFePO, that to attain 12 volts, you need just 4 series. Unlike lithium-ion, that you need 3 series. I believe that those of you that are watching this video, you have some background knowledge about fabrication before. Okay, so let's go through it very fast so I explain everything once and for all. Now, if you look at this, you can see this terminal is very robust and you can see what is written here, P minus. If you check the other side, you can see it C minus. I believe you can see that clearly. Okay, now any BMS you see that they write C minus or P minus, once you did not see a separate, let's say you see C minus, P minus. Now for example, let me tell this one. Now if you look at this one now, you'll see that it's clearly written on it P minus, P minus, C minus. So once you see the C minus and P minus separate, that is to tell you that there is a separate point of charge and separate point of discharge. So this is for discharge point, this is for charge point, while this is for the most center negative going to the 0 volt. But if you look at this case now, what you can see here is B minus. In this place, you see C minus. Do you see any of that P or something? So once they did not specify, you just know that this C minus, sometimes they can write it as C minus, sometimes P minus. Just know that it has the capacity to serve as the charge point and the discharge point. Okay, so now that's for the connection. You already know that B minus will be going to the 0 volt of your battery. So since it's LiFePO now, you'll be connecting 4, but those 4 will be in series. Okay, so the 0 volt on it will be coming to this B minus, then this will be your point of charge and discharge. You understand? Now to connect this area is very simple. Like I do say on the group, for those of you that are in my class, I do tell you that it's just about the color code. Follow the color code. So whether you are dealing with 4S, this particular one is for 4S, even if your one is 8S, 16S, irrespective of whatever it may be, just know that the starting wire will always be black. They made it intentional that way. You understand? It's always black. And why? That is to tell you that this black wire will be going to the 0 volt on your battery. So since we know that each LiFePO battery, the nominal voltage is 3.2, when fully charged, it can attain around 3.52 and the rest. Okay, so this is the 0 volt. So since you know this is your starting point, which is 0, just know that the next wire that follow it is 6.4. You understand? Because we already know each of those batteries is 3.2. So this is 0. This is 3.2. Sorry, 3.2. Okay. Because it's the one following that black. I believe you can see it clearly. Then the next wire, don't mix the arrangement. The next wire will be 6.4. Okay. The next one will be 9.6. While the last one will be around 12 point something. But when it is fully charged, it can still attain 14.4 volts. Okay, I believe you fully understand the connection. Just remember, the starting is the 0. The red is always the last one. You understand? So always go in that order: 0, 3 point, 6 point, 9 point, 12 point. That's just it. So that's how to run the connection for the BMS. So even though when you are using this type, if you look at this type 2, you can see it now, 0. This one is for 3 years. Okay, 0, 4, 8, 12. This is for 3 years. Assuming it's for LiFePO type, it would have been 5. It will be 0, 3.269, then the last one. You understand? So the same principle. So for the 100 amps of we have the BMS of this same type. Also, I've shown that in one of my video. You understand? But you cannot confirm what this beast will do to the other small one. Definitely the difference will be clear. Okay, now let's now look at balancer, which I know that is what most of you are having serious issue with. I do tell you that it's still the same mode of connection, but it's good to see it and understand. All right, so let's go through it very fast. Now, same way. Now, not every balancer will have something like this one you're seeing here. You can see what is here. Let me see if this camera is picking it. That switch, you can see that XW. Yeah, it's better now. Okay, if you look at it now, SW, yeah, you can see it. SW means switch. So this is for switch, this and this. So whenever these two touch each other, definitely this balancer will activate. Okay, mind you, not every balancer come this way. Some of 90% don't even have switch at all. You understand? Once you just connect it, they activate down and they are working. But this particular one gives you opportunity to turn it off or switch it off. You can decide when you want it or not. Okay, so look at it now. This is the switch for it, but remember, not every manufacturer put that there. This is what comes with all of them, and since this is what comes with all of them, this is how to connect it. Remember the same color code. Black is your starting point, okay, which is 0 volts. The next one will be 3.2. Next cable is this, will be what, 6.4. This one will be 9.6. Why this will be 12 point whatever it is. Do the math. Okay, just know 0, 3 point, 6 point, 9 point, 12 point. Okay, I believe that's very simple and straightforward. So if you like, you may do it this way in such a way that, okay, on your battery terminal, since it is 0 volts, now where this black is going is where this black here will be going. Okay, so the two of them are going to the same terminal. So that means I can easily P this, solder it with this, and lock it up with that terminal. I believe you understand, huh? Then I go with the next wire, which is this. You follow the order, which is this. Then I come to this one. The next wire is this. I pick the two together, I solder it and connect it. That's just the way to do it. Just very simple. A, B, C. I believe you fully understand. If you have any question or you have any area you don't still understand, feel free to ask. I'll definitely attend to those questions. Remember, this switch, now for this particular type, if you are using something like this, just get a switch, run it. So where that gives you room to activate this balancer when you want. If you don't want, you may not activate it. Okay, so maybe you notice your battery that ought to get to maybe 14.4 is stopping at maybe 12 point or 13 point. That tells you that one cell has attained the full charge, while another parallel has not. So you can just activate it. But to be on the best way is just to leave it activated. You understand? Because a lot of product don't even give you the room to switch it off. It's always on. Okay, so that's just it. So if you have any question, feel free to drop it. And for those of you that are seeing this and you are interested or maybe confused, it's about my solar generator course. So if it interests you, check the description. You will get access to the materials. It's at a very affordable token. See you guys in the group. Peace. Yeah. Before I forget also, and to those that are asking, what is the function of balancer? The function is very simple. BMS, as the name indicates, BMS means battery management system. It tries as much as possible to prevent your battery from overcharging and over discharging. As you know that lithium battery don't like overcharging, neither over discharging, because a good lithium battery, the full charge is 4.2. The nominal charge is around 3.7. So if worst case you have to discharge, it should not go below 3.3 volts. That means you should be around range of maximum discharge of 9.9 to around 10 points. You understand? Most time I stop my own around 10.5, okay? And the full charge must stop for a 12-volt system around, that should be 12.6. So to prevent that, because you don't want to monitor and give yourself headache, this is what all these guys are for, okay? So that's the function of BMS. Now, for, what's the name again? Balancer, okay? For balancer, the function is this, because remember you have battery in series, okay? So let's say battery 1, battery 2, battery 3 now. Now, each battery has their nominal charge. So let me use lithium-ion, for example. The nominal charge is 3.7, when full 4.2. Now, this Mr. BMS, the way it works is, since you have 3 series, or 3 or 4, either way. So I'm using lithium-ion, which the full charge is 4.2 now. So once it's discovered that one parallel, because we combine parallel together to achieve a very high amps capacity, so combining 4 together gives us that 12-volt system. So the way the BMS work, because of this wire you are seeing here, is just like more of a sensor. That's why you are not seeing it very thick like 6 mm and the rest. It's just to dictate the voltage on those terminals. So once between, let's say this 0 volt, this is 4.2 now. So once this area can dictate that, oh, one area has gotten to 4.2, it assumes everybody has gotten to 12.2. So that's why sometimes some of you will say your battery stop charging at maybe 11.9, sometimes 12.0, and the rest. It will just stop. What happens is the BMS has already dictated that one of your parallel has gotten to that 4.2. So as to prevent overcharging, it will cut it off. So that is where Mr. Balancer comes. So balancer is connected to each of those parallel lines also. So once it now dictates that, oh, let's say this area has gotten to 4.2, maybe these areas are around 3.8, 3.9, 4.0. What it will do, it will discharge that one that has gotten to that 4 point. That's the function of all this capacitor. It will discharge it instantly and charge up the rest. So why this is at 4.2, which is giving the BMS a false awareness that it is full. It will start discharging it gradually, not that it will just cut it off to 0. No, it does not work that way. So as it is, so let's assume, let's do a very random number that all these 3 are around 4.0 volts, and this one has gotten to 4.2, thereby preventing the full charge. So what it will do, it will discharge this guy gradually. You see it will go to 4.1, before you know it 4.0, until it discharge it to the level of the rest. So the BMS will notice and be like, oh, the battery is not even full. It will top it up. So that's the way to keep doing it work. Once the cells are balanced, it will relax and everything is working perfectly. So that's just the way it works. So the balancer is a very good system. It's very, very good. If you can get one with your system, it will save you a lot of headache. Because mind you, when lithium battery that ought to get to 12.6, stop at 12.0, you are just around 50%. So you are not really using your battery to the full maximum because you're unable to charge it full. So a battery that should last maybe like 6 hours for on average now for a particular load, maybe lasting just 3 hours. And you think your battery is weak. No, it's because the battery did not charge up to its full capacity. I believe I've been able to answer that question. All right, thank you so much. If you've not subscribed to the channel, ensure you do that, and see you guys in the class. Peace.